Are you so excited for the tour today?
Yeah.
Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
We just docked in Ensenada. We're going on the Tacos, Brews, and Views tour that we got through Viator. I'll show you everything we get, and then we'll rank the restaurants at the end, and I'll tell you how much it costs. Cut. So these little white buses, that's what we took. Those are the ones that'll take you downtown for $4, and it's round trip, so you get a ticket. Or we ended up only needing it on the way back, and it was $2. We just paid the bus driver. Super easy. It is quite a walk. We've done it before. I don't know, maybe not from this pier, but those are the white buses, and they'll take you just past this area, kind of across the bridge. We're back in Ensenada. Yes, we're back. We have been, this will be our 4th time. So we're 65 miles south of the US border. We're just south of Tijuana. What possibly could Ensenada have to offer that would keep us coming back? I actually thought back to the last couple times we were there, and we've had a great time every single time because they do food really well, they do tequila really well. The Tacos, Views, and Brews Tour. This tour normally is $50 per person, and as you can see in the listing, they say food is not included. They say it in very, very bold capital letters. There was a review and someone said, I can't believe food wasn't included. And they're like, well, we said it wasn't included. It was very obvious that it wasn't included. It's in multiple places. So we essentially had a private driver and a list of places we were going for the tour. This actually worked out so well for us. It was $50 per person. We got 40% back, which brought it down to $30 per person, $120 for a private food tour of Ensenada. And there were only 4 of us in our party in the van. I think they can hold up to 8. It was just us. So we got a private tour basically for an entire half day. Fantastic. We went to so many amazing places. I will show you everywhere we went, and I'm going to tell you how much everything costs. I do have to say one funny thing about this one. So if you go on the Viator website and you look at the meeting place, it gives you an address and then it also gives you kind of directions. But when you map it with that address, it takes you on the other side of the building. It's a little bit wonky. So we ended up getting a $5 taxi from the cruise port all the way to the museum, which was the meeting place, but we wanted to make sure we were in the right place. So there were a bunch of people, they were trying to sell other tours, and one guy came up to me and he said, oh, do you want to buy this tour? And I said, no, we have a Viator tour. We just want to make sure we're in the right place. And he said, what's the name of the guy that you're looking for? So I told him Noe, which is the name of the guy that was on the Viator website. And he walked away. And then not even 5 seconds later, he came back. He had him on the phone. He had Noe on the phone. And he said, oh, you guys are a little bit early. You're in the right place. Like, this is where you're going to meet. Here's your driver. And like incredibly, incredibly kind and helpful people where we weren't buying a tour from them, but they were so willing to help. Like the fact that he walked away and then came back with a guy on the phone who was the guy that was the Viator tour that we bought it from. Like, just what an amazing, amazing group of people willing to help, even if you're not buying from them. Our driver was right on time, and we were on our way for our Tacos, Views, and Brews tour. The first stop, Tacos Fenix. Holy crap, are these tacos good? I don't usually get fish tacos. I didn't think I was going to like them, but I could have eaten quite a few more. We each got one, so it was a little over $10 for 4 tacos, but they were fried fresh. They had a salsa bar where you could pick what you want. Tacos Fenix might be the first taco food truck in Ensenada back in 1970, I believe. That's what our driver told us. That's what I found in some news reportings. Either way, it is delicious. This is a place that I would seek out regardless of whether I'm on a food tour or not. I want to go back and I want to get more fish tacos.
So good.
Our second stop, Dona, Engracia, Tequila. This is going to be a tequila tour where they do take you around. They tell you about how tequila is made. You're going to learn the process, and then you're going to get to try all the different kinds of tequila they offer. So I think we got to try 8 different kinds. 3 were traditional, 3 had flavors, and then some extras. The cool thing about this place is that you can get a flight of margaritas now, and you get 6 different flavors. You can get a flight of tequila, $12 for each flight. We got one of each, so we got to taste everything. This is one of the best places that we've been. When we came back in 2023, I think it was, we loved this stop. It is, one, really informational. You learn all about the different ways tequilas are made and the different types of tequila, the different flavorings. It is a lot of drink for really not that much money. And as you can see, one of the Reddit posts or something, someone said, okay, like legit tequila is really hard to find, but go to this place if you want some good tequila. I would agree with that. The next time we're back in Ensenada, we'll probably end up back here. It's so much fun, and it really does kind of just lighten the mood, and it gets you just enjoying the rest of the day. Also, we never had a hangover the first time or this time. So maybe there is something to be said about having good tequila.
With the margaritas, you can start now. You got the lime flavor right from the left to your right. Lime, peach, hibiscus, pineapple, and tamarind. You can start with those now, but do it slowly, because if you do it fast, you get the brain freeze for sure.
So we have regular honey, mango honey, and agave syrup.
How do you guys feel it? See? So the honey is gonna like have a mix of flavors. Clean up the palate. Relax. Go like this. We go up the mountain.
Up the mountain.
Down the hill.
Down the hill.
We drink tequila.
We drink tequila.
Because that's how we feel. That's how you feel.
All right, Steve. You're going to walk in a straight line with your finger on your nose while reciting the alphabet. This is your sobriety test. Our third stop. I'm calling this the Anthony Bourdain stop. That's their claim to fame. I did find a really cool website that was all the different places that Anthony Bourdain ate and focused on in specific episodes. I know it says her name is Valerie and she loves food and travel. This is not my website, I promise. It should be, but it's not. It's so cool though that she has this put together, and then you can go and try all the different places that Anthony Bourdain ate and recommended. This is probably this food truck's claim to fame. There's pictures of him outside, and it is a ceviche food truck. While we were here, Kyle tried the sea snail ceviche. I had the scallop ceviche. They were both good. An insane amount of food though. Like you have your tortilla, and then my scallops were piled probably 6 inches high. It was an insane amount of food. We could barely even eat half of it. It was good. I typically don't go for ceviche, so I don't know if I would go again, but for what it is, it's worth a try. They were about $10, $11 each. Not too bad for the amount of food that you get. Massive, massive portions. We probably could have shared one. Our fourth stop was El Mirador, which is going to be the overlook. And the thing I like about having a tour guide, these are all places that, yes, we probably could have gone by ourselves, but are we really going to? Are we really going to figure out how to get from place to place if you don't have a car and you have to get a taxi or you have to pay someone? Probably not. We probably wouldn't have done half of these things without our tour guide, who was fantastic, by the way. So El Mirador is where you have an overlook of the city. You get some really beautiful views. You can see the cruise ship. You can see the expansiveness of Ensenada. Our tour guide showed us where he lived, told us how far it was from like where he has to meet people. Really, really amazing, really beautiful. There was some like, broken glass and things. And our tour guide actually apologized. And he said, young kids come up here and they hang out and they don't really take care of the area like I would. I'm really sorry that it's dirty, but like it is really beautiful to be up here and to see the city. And it was. Stops 5 and 6 were 2 different breweries, Agua and then Transpeninsular Brewery. The cool thing about this is that These were way off the beaten path. They're nowhere near downtown. You would have had to get a car to go there. These are not places that we would have gone otherwise. So it's so cool to be able just to go and experience a different part of Ensenada. And then also because it was a semi-private tour for us. Normally it might be a semi-private tour with one other party. Our tour guide said, "Hey, if you don't want to go to this stop, you don't have to. If you want to stay here longer, totally cool. We can do whatever you want." How often is it that on a food tour, you get to call the shots? I know on the first tour we took in Ensenada, I think it was like $80 a person. All the food was included, it was a walking tour, so no transportation, but we couldn't have said, "Hey, we don't want to go here. We do want to go here." On this tour, because we got to buy whatever we wanted to buy food wise, we weren't, already having to eat what they prepared, and we got to call the shots, and it was less than $80 per person for the tour, like including food and transportation total. That's pretty cool. I actually really like that part of this. Having our tour guide there was awesome. And then we got to hear a little bit about his life, his family, what he does in Ensenada. It was just really cool. The breweries were great. The beers were great. We opted to stay longer at one, which, our tour guide said, "Cool. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, you let me know when you're ready to go." Why is he sitting on the ledge?
He's so cute.
He's so soft. Yeah. Oh.
Looks like the one at home.
Not a bad view for the cat.
Oh.
Elote. Yum.
That is disgusting. Oh, that's even worse. Oh my God.
How was it, dear?
Good.
Oh no.
The beard says
I didn't, if
What's your favorite stop?
not the candy store.
Oh my. Okay, Steve. He didn't like the candy store. So in Ensenada, in the downtown area, within walking distance of all the other things, I think it was maybe a 6-minute walk. So, like I just mentioned, because our tour guide said we could customize, when we were downtown, I said, "Hey, there's this Mexican candy store. I don't know where it is. I know what the outside looks like." We went back in 2022, I think, and they had these little samples, and they had the watermelon candies with like the spicy chilies on the outside. They had mango chunks of spicy chili, just the most delicious Mexican candy and dried mangoes that you could possibly ever ask for. And I tried to buy some the last time we were in Ensenada. Not the same, from a different place, not the same. So I asked our tour guide, "Hey, can we stop at this candy store? I know it's downtown somewhere." And so he was so nice and so accommodating. He asked a different guy who was selling a different thing on the corner. He said, "Hey, like she wants to get these Mexican candies. Where can I get them?" And he pointed, and it was to like a little tented area with it that was more like a food stall kind of thing. And I was like, "No, that wasn't it. It was like in a storefront. They had like a bunch of samples and stuff." And the guy was like, "Oh, I know." So then we're following this guy, who then another guy gets roped in. So then all of a sudden there's like 5 or 6 people trying to get me my Mexican candies, and they got me to the storefront. And I bought some mangoes and some watermelon ones, and I think I just finished them up very recently. I've been rationing them because they're so good. There's nothing like it. I am obsessed with them. I can't wait till we go back to Ensenada. I want to get more of those fish tacos, but I want more of these Mexican candies. So good. And thank goodness our tour guide was so accommodating. And, everybody loves when I make them walk and get crazy things, just like in Ketchikan when we had to go get malasadas. We had to walk up 2 blocks uphill to get them. It's everybody's favorite thing when I become a monster because I see a thing I want and then I make everybody walk to go get it. Oops. What's your favorite stop so far?
The Tequila Museum.
Yeah.
Tequila Museum.
Aha. So looking at the cost of this, it was about $144 to go and get food at each of the places. That's for 4 of us. And then we have the 120, which that was just for our driver. That was our Viator cost, right? Our private tour. And then on top of that, we had $33 for other transportation. So that was a tip. That was like the $5 taxi from the port and then the $2 bus ride back. Very reasonable. Less than $300 for 4 people to go on a half-day private food and drink tour in Ensenada. I would do it again. I think it was so much fun. And there were so many great places to visit. And just like Catalina Island last week, where I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg of things to do. There are so many things we still have not done in Ensenada. So I feel like, what would I call it? Ensenada is the Nassau of Mexico, where it's part of almost every single cruise out of those ports. And not everybody loves it. Some people don't even get off the ship. But there's always something new to experience if you do just a little bit of research and a little bit of digging. Make sure you subscribe, like the videos. We'll be back. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next trip.
Goodbye, everybody, goodbye.